Evidence of self-directed death. Dayform Buddha. June 15, 2006. I have shared with several Chanyuan celestials that humans have the ability to control their own life and death. If necessary, death can be completed through the power of the mind. However, before death, one must be clear about where to go afterward. When you thoroughly understand the heavenly realm you should reach and have repaid all debts of the human world after resolving all earthly attachments, you can decide the time to leave the human world at any moment. This may sound incomprehensible and incredible, but it is indeed true. As for how to control death, it involves the secrets of life Chanyuan and will not be disclosed now, but you can gain insight from the facts below. Older Chanyuan celestials should contemplate this issue carefully, read this article seriously, and seek a perfect conclusion in their practice and cultivation. The selected article below includes a story about a white mouse, illustrating that life only holds hope when a direction is determined. Life Chanyuan has clearly pointed out the direction of life and revealed the principles of understanding one's destination after death and how to reach the ideal shore through the 8 levels of thinking and the 8 major mysteries of life. This should be deeply contemplated. Evidence from science. Where does the human mind come from? Can the mind be naturally produced within the human body? For a long time, people believed that the mind was naturally produced by the brain. To answer how the human mind differs from that of animals, it was necessary to find the fundamental differences between the human brain and animal brains. Many scientists devoted their lives to seeking evidence, but later scientific research proved that much of this evidence was flawed. The average weight of the human brain is about 1,300 grams, but this does not signify much. Larger animals have proportionally larger brains. For example, an elephant's brain weighs about 4,000 grams, and a whale's brain weighs about 7,000 grams. Later, people invented the method of comparing brain volume to body weight to explain the origin of the mind. However, this method proved to be ineffective. Look at the data. Humans are 138, whales are 1:2500, elephants are 1:500, and gorillas are 1:100. Humans seem to have an advantage, yet a white mouse is 126, a gibbon is 128, and a sparrow is 134, all superior to humans in this aspect, but they do not possess a mind. With the further development of brain science, it seemed that humans had finally discovered the source of the mind, the many convolutions of the human brain, causing the mind to flow like spring water from mountain valleys. The surface area of the human brain's hemispheres is about 2,250 square centimeters, equivalent to the size of a large newspaper, while the surfaces of mouse and rabbit brains are relatively flat. This seems reasonable. However, scientists soon discovered that dolphins in the ocean have brain convolutions that are no less than humans and even more. If we judged the richness of the mind based on brain convolutions alone, the result would likely not favor humans but rather an unexpected animal. Some people believe that the number of brain cells in humans exceeds that of other animals, which is why humans can generate a mind. Unfortunately, the facts do not support this. If we use the number of brain cells per 0.0001 cubic millimeter as a standard, we find humans have 10.5, whales 6.8, cats 30.8, and mice 105.0. The smaller the animal, the higher the density of brain cells. Evolutionary biologists have pointed out that the human frontal lobe is much larger than that of other primates, suggesting it to be the source of our creative thinking and language abilities. However, scholars at the University of Iowa believe that the size of the human frontal lobe is not significantly different from that of other primates. Researchers Marsh and Semendeferi at Iowa scanned some primates, including humans, using magnetic resonance imaging and measured the size of each brain part. They found that the human frontal lobe is not markedly different from that of primates. Gorillas have 31.7%, chimpanzees 36.1%, and humans 36.8%. Chimpanzees have 5.4% more than gorillas but are not significantly smarter. Humans only have 0.7% more than chimpanzees but are much smarter. Thus, the size of the frontal lobe does not explain much. Scientific discoveries indicate that the brain, as a natural information processing system, exhibits consciousness that, in terms of its physiological mechanisms, differs from that of other animals only in complexity, not in essence. Both are manifestations of a common biological, electrical, and biochemical process. In a hospital in Virginia, USA, a peculiar baby was born whose entire cranial cavity was essentially a cyst filled with water, making the baby effectively brainless. Doctors predicted that this brainless baby would not have any mental activity, would never laugh, and would be very lucky to survive a few weeks. However, contrary to the prediction, the baby exhibited some human-like awareness, enjoyed watching TV, and would laugh at interesting TV programs. It lived for a full 5 years. Where did this baby's consciousness come from? Surely, it cannot come from water. Modern science has proven that the brain will die completely within a few minutes in the absence of oxygen. In former East Germany, an experiment was conducted where a head was severed from a body after a car accident, in which the body had been shattered, but the head remained intact. The severed head survived without oxygen for 146 hours. Electronic instruments continuously tracked the electronic signals from the head. For 76 hours, the head functioned normally and could communicate by blinking. After that, it gradually declined, and brainwaves disappeared after 146 hours. This is an unconventional example of the existence of consciousness that is difficult to explain with modern brain science.